Good morning, students. Today we are going to revise phrases and clauses. Have a look at the sentences written on the board. We are a great nation. We have 10% growth rate in most areas. Now the underlined words, have a look at them. If you see the underlined words, I mean the group of underlined words, then you will come to know that they don't have a verb nor do they have a subject. Verb is not there, so naturally the doer is not there, and so they don't have a subject. Such kind of group of words which refer to a concept or expression, of course, they are known as a phrase. So a phrase can be explained as a group of words or a unit of sentence which gives away a concept or expression. I hope you have understood the meaning of the word phrase. Now, let's try and understand clause. Now, see the words written on the whiteboard. After I came home. Does it make sense? It does make sense. After I came home. But does it make complete sense? No, because it leaves something unanswered. You come to know that I have come home, but then what? You have a question in mind. I came home, and then you might wonder, then what happened? What did you do? Or what did I do? So, the words make sense, but they do not make complete sense. So, can I say that clause is a group of words that has a subject and a verb, but it is a part of a large sentence? Now, have a look at the sentence now. After I came home, we had tea. Now it makes complete sense, and this is a sentence. Now this sentence is made up of two parts, that is after I came home, and the second part is we had tea. So these are two clauses which go to make one sentence. The one clause which makes complete sense and can stand on its own is known as the main clause or the principal clause, because it does not depend on anything. It can stand on its own. It conveys proper sense. It conveys proper meaning. Okay. Whereas after I came home is a clause which cannot stand on its own. That means it is not complete by itself, and hence it is called the dependent or the subordinate clause. Are you getting what I'm saying? Here you see a sentence which is made up of two clauses. After I came home and we had tea. We had tea can stand on its own, so it is the main clause. And after I came home is the dependent or the subordinate clause. And they both go to make one sentence. After I came home, we had tea. We have a main clause or the principal clause here, and we also have a dependent or a subordinate clause here. Okay, I hope you have understood. Now, let's take another example. Have a look at the board. We returned home. This is one clause. And the second is when the program was over. Now, if I have a look at or if I consider only one clause, we returned home, it can stand on its own. It makes complete sense. हम घर आ गए. The second part, the second clause, when the program was over. If I only tell you when the program was over, then it does not stand on its own, because then you will wonder, when the program was over, what happened? When the program was over, you went home or you went out to a hotel or what? So the second part cannot stand. The second clause, when the program was over, does not stand on its own. Hence, the second clause is known as the subordinate or the dependent clause, and the first clause, we returned home, which can stand on its own, is the main or the principal clause. Have a look at the spelling of the principal. It is principal, principal, not ple. Now, the word which joins these two clauses, when. What is this when? When is the joining word, and it is also called as a subordinator. Okay? I hope you have understood this. So here is what we have learned. Phrase. A phrase has no verb and therefore no subject. Because there is no verb, there is no doer required. However, a phrase may have verbals. That is the infinitives, gerunds and the participles. But no verb. And what is a clause? Clauses have verb and they also have a subject. And clauses can be independent or the main clause, or they can be dependent or subordinate clause. Have a look at the board. The lady in blue sari is my mother. Now actually what I'm trying to say is that the lady is my mother. This is a clause and it makes complete sense. Hence, it is the main or independent or the principal clause. Then what is this in blue sari? In blue sari is a phrase because it does not have a verb, and naturally because it does not have a verb, there is no subject. However, the moment I add a verb to the phrase, it becomes a clause. So if I say, the lady who is in blue sari is my mother, then what happens? Now, in blue sari has become a clause because I have added who is. I have added a verb there. So it has become a clause. So the lady is my mother is independent or main clause, and who is in blue sari is the dependent or the subordinate clause, because who is in blue sari does not stand on its own, but it is a clause. Okay. So here we see two clauses now. Earlier we had one clause and one phrase. But the moment I added the verb who is, the phrase has become a clause. And now we have got two clauses which go to make a sentence. The lady who is in blue sari is my mother. And the lady is my mother is the main or the independent clause, and who is in blue sari is the subordinate or dependent clause. I hope you have understood the difference between phrases and clauses. And not to miss out on what is who is a subordinator. Now what is a subordinator? Subordinator is a word in English grammar that introduces a dependent or subordinate clause. There are many subordinating words such as who, when, where, so on and so forth. They are called as subordinators and they introduce dependent or the subordinate clause. I hope you have understood. That will be all for today. Thank you.